Hello and welcome to GCV Analytics webinar. My name is Kalyan Andonov and I'm excited to start this year's series of our webinars with a very special webinar in which we are going to have two parts. One part, which would take about the first half hour, is going to be a pitch session by legal tech startups that have been pre-selected by our partners and sponsors at Proseeder and through our platform GCV Connect, which we run together. And the second part of the webinar, which would take the next hour to hour and a half, would be an annual data review plus an overview of the services sector and a panel discussion, for which I'm delighted to have several panelists today. I would like to hand over to Ken Gatz, CEO and founder of Proseeder, who will introduce the legal tech startups that are pitching today. So Ken, over to you, and please take over the screen.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Kellyanne. Thank you, Jim. I need to, you need to unshare so I can share. I can, go ahead. Great, thank you, everyone. My name is Ken Gatz. Again, I'm the founder and CEO of Proseeder. Proseeder is the one platform to collaborate on all your innovation and corporate venture opportunities. We're used by Fortune 500 companies around the world to discover new opportunities for strategic investment, manage the workflow around corporate development, corporate venture, corporate innovation, visualize and report on the path and success towards achieving those strategic goals. In connection with GCV, we have partnered over the past year to power GCV Connect. GCV Connect is a revolutionary platform that we are connecting the supply and demand for corporate innovation. So we're bringing together all of these innovative startups in different sectors throughout the year. We've done this in artificial intelligence, in energy, in transport, and today we are doing it in legal technology in conjunction with the services sector. Upcoming, Jim will talk about the upcoming ones in 3D printing and ag tech. So a lot of activity going on with startups and corporates here at GCV Connect. With that, I'd like to introduce the first startup that's going to be presenting today, John Kwan from 10B5, if I'm saying that correctly. And I will unshare my screen so that you can share and get started. So
sure.
Thank you for joining us, John.
Thank you, Ken. Let me just share my screen now. Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is John Kwan. I am the co-founder of 10B5. We are a legal tech company based in London. We are backed by one of the largest law firms in the world, Cleary Gottlieb, which might be your corporate counsel on a number of matters. What we do is we build products that automate some of the drafting and verification processes in capital markets. So specifically, we have a first product that we call end-to-end. That stands for numbers narrative. What it does is that it automates some of the financial disclosure drafting that you do for periodic reporting, let's say your 10Ks, 10Qs, if you're not a US company, your 20Fs, your earnings releases, and potentially if you are doing an offering in your transactions as well. So currently we market principally to global law firms. So we have a number of global law firms customers, but we are looking to sell directly to companies as well. And the reason for that is we spoke to a lot of firms to understand that a lot of companies actually do some of this periodic reporting in-house, and a lot of times it's the job of the legal and finance departments, which, you know, at the best of times are understaffed and extremely busy. The idea here is that, you know, towards the deadline of periodic reporting, you know, you are busy to start with, and you are asked to take the financial data from, say, the finance accounting team and draft up that sort of narrative text that goes into the disclosure, and also the other documents that have to go out on a specific date. And what is even more troubling is that often the numbers change very frequently right up to the deadline. And there's a lot of scope for errors and really requiring a lot of time-consuming review. And where we come into here is that our product allows you to upload your raw financial data, let's say in Excel or in PDF or in other form. It could be a data platform that you already have. We will do the calculations and analysis on the data for you. We will find out the numerical percentage changes and all that. We will also flag sort of inconsistencies in the input and also any unusual trends. So typically your financial data don't give you the complete story. So you might have to go back to some of the sales guys, to management, and see if they can flesh out some of the disclosure. So we generate two things. So you go through this questionnaire that we put you through in the front end, and what we will ask you then to do is to indicate the sort of disclosure that you actually want to generate, because you don't necessarily want to cover all the line items necessarily, for example. And we'll give you both the narrative text that describes the trends, as well as the tabular presentations that you typically see in transactions. It could look a bit different in your 10Qs and 10Ks, but the idea is broadly similar. What we can also do is, if your numbers do change, we will allow you to refresh your disclosure, just keeping all the edits you have already made to the draft, but you put in your new numbers and you just refresh the disclosure. The benefits we think are very clear-cut. First and foremost, it helps you free up capacity when the need is the most acute. So let's say a couple of days before the deadline. It potentially helps you lower costs as well, and so you don't have to go to outside counsel for very extensive review of what you have drafted. And it will help you standardize the output, which means that a different person drafting it each year wouldn't result in your company's public disclosure being completely different. And one of the other selling points that we have is we allow you to use our product as a desktop application. This is one of the ways that we have been deploying to law firms. So none of the things that you put into the product actually ever leaves your environment. And that's definitely the most secure way that you can deploy it. We also do a lot of customizations because we appreciate a lot of companies like to, describe the language a bit different. You might have to develop your own style over the years. We can work with you to further customize those. And we appreciate a lot of companies would want the same input to go into a lot of other documents as well. Let's say you have a reporting covenant to a lender that you have to do your MD&A each quarter. That sort of specific language that you want to customize, we can work with you to do so. The input is exactly the same, so it's more the case of us crafting the language that goes out the other end. Testimonials, I wouldn't go through all of this, but as you can see, these all come from law firms today. The theme that we want to bring out really is a lot of your external counsel has looked at the product. They realize that it really is a product that was designed by capital markets lawyers, and that has a lot of legal input, including from Cleary and increasingly from a lot of these other firms as well. So I think you can feel more reassured that whatever we are giving you, there's a certain quality reassurance. Very quickly.
2 more minutes to go, John.
Sure, understood. So I'm going to flick through some of these. This is just on the team. We are still growing. As I said, we are in partnership with Cleary, but we have a number of advisors as well who are very senior partners in a number of firms, but also business and professionals in the finance and other industries. Very quick overview of the journey. We started in November 2019. It's a very fast journey. We just raised it earlier this month, and we're looking to raise again at the end of this year. But really, I appreciate the audience, a lot of corporates. So actually, we think that the product is going to be very useful to your colleagues in the legal and finance team. Particularly on, if you are a listed company, if you have to deal with those, very strict deadlines that a lot of your colleagues are, have been grappling with. But, if you are in a corporate venture arm of, say, an investment bank or an accountancy firm or a data provider, stock exchange, I think, we can have a discussion on you coming on board when we race again.
1 more minute.
I have actually concluded my presentation, but again, I just wanted to stress the point that we are still developing quite a few other products that also go into sort of the drafting and diligence side, and we really are looking for partners that can help us take the company forward on not just financial disclosure, but also on the drafting on the other substantive bit of the disclosure, including the periodic reports. Thank you very much.
Great, John. Thank you. Great presentation. Just as a note, also, all of the information on the presenting companies, these 4 presenting companies, as well as the other close to 30 other companies that did apply to present today, will be available on GCV Connect. The pitch decks you can review there, as well as the ability to connect with those entrepreneurs. And the system will make introductions to you to those entrepreneurs. That goes obviously for the audience that'll be viewing this, as well as the panelists who we will introduce after the conclusion of the presentations. Additionally, the entrepreneurs are welcome, and really we hope you stay on to join in the discussion with the panelists and be part of this process, bringing these corporates and startups together. So with that, I'd like to introduce Faras El Hajar from App4Legal.
Hi, everyone. App4Legal is a comprehensive practice management software for legal. App4Legal is the platform for every lawyer. It helps lawyers to collaborate and manage their daily work. It's addressed for law firms and in-house legal teams in any company of any size, and available on cloud, private SaaS, and server. About myself, App4Legal is my second company. My first one is Infosista, a mature digital transformation company present in 4 countries. In April 2019, and after the success we had at App4Legal, I decided to spin off myself to be 100% dedicated for App4Legal to take it globally. At App4Legal, we're already profitable, on track for we're 3x growing year on year, with less than 2% churn on enterprise accounts. We're already the largest disruptor in the Middle East and Africa, the legal tech disruptor. We're on track for a partnership with one of the largest legal content market leader worldwide. And currently, we have clients in 50+ countries, including banks, telcos, governmental, and many law firms. Our pricing model is simple and available on the website for different editions for both cloud and server. It's based on a user subscription per user per month billed annually, plus a marketplace of add-ons to enable corporates to scale with the needed modules. App4Legal is the central workspace for every lawyer when it comes to case and matter management, contract management, workflow and document automation, task management and collaboration with the agile approach of handling tasks, billing, time and expenses, CRM, and much more modules like intellectual property management, entity management, legal docs, hearings, courts, workflows, and much more. The end user will be working from on App4Legal from the desktop, laptop, and the mobile app. The user interface is designed to be intuitive and used by legal professionals who will be navigating from a module to another, depending on the nature of the business or depending on the interest of different modules. And also selecting the language that adapt to their workspace. So App4Legal is a multi-language system. We're currently the legal tech leader in the Middle East and Africa, and currently expanding to Europe, Southeast Asia, and a couple of countries of APAC, with plans to go global for a market that is big, but it needs a lot of innovation. And if we look at the market, it's really highly fragmented. The legal industry is highly fragmented with, if we look at the market, you have hundreds of tools out there in every single country, where App4Legal is uniquely positioned in this competition because it's modular, easy to use, multi-language, multi-currency, and multi-platform SaaS, private SaaS, server on cloud, and addresses the entire market, law firms and in-house. I'm backed up by a brilliant team that have the ultimate knowledge, legal and technology. And we succeeded recently to do 3.5x team growth with expanding the team to Europe and Asia. We closed recently a bridge that enabled us to have the key hires on the team, to focus on the enterprise sales, and to anchor the leadership in the market we're present today, with plans to go global. So we're preparing for strong Series A, and this will enable us to anchor App4Legal as the backbone for the legal practice in the market. Certainly, I can talk more details, about this opportunity, and I will just switch to show you a little bit the system if I still have 1 minute. So the modules will be present for corporates directly from there. So it's the platform. It's like pieces of puzzle where you plug them out of the box. The problem with the current tools that are very isolated, very fragmented, where here you have the fully fledged platform that you just plug these modules depending on the need and use them out of the box. Okay, this is the innovation in this platform that can talk to, that can connect all the players together. So entity management, CRM, corporate matters, litigation cases, task management with agile methodology of handling tasks, contract management, document automation, approval center, digital signature, accounting embedded, and with the part of accounting that is more addressed finance that can also integrate with internal accounting, document management, reportings, analytics with intelligence in the way to manage the daily work, time tracking, intellectual property, and many more. Thank you very much.
Faraz, thank you so much. Great presentation, and emblematic of what we're seeing globally across the world, and specifically coming out of EMEA and Asia Pacific region. Just these great new startups that are coming out to transform industries like the legal tech industry. So great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And look forward to speaking with you after the panel. Next up is Shrey Gosalia from Docket.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Perfect. Thank you for making time today. Again, my name is Shreyas Gosalia. I'm the founder and CEO of Docket, and I'm here today to talk to you about delivering stakeholder value through legal efficiency. So my story begins working in a corporate setting. I was actually with the venture capital arm of a leading corporation. And in my day-to-day experience working on contracts, venture deals, and M&A acquisitions, I would have to engage with our in-house legal department. And I would do that through email. And when I wouldn't hear back and I wouldn't get a status update, I would send more emails. And finally, I realized I was overwhelming the legal department with email. Talked to the legal team, and what I heard was I was just one request. Legal had to interface with every single department throughout the company, and they're getting bombarded with legal requests every single day. And it dawned on me that every single department within the company had their own dedicated information on their work. But legal was stuck using email, Excel, and file management tools. And that's where Docket comes in. We're building a modern platform designed specifically for in-house legal departments to centralize those legal requests, to have departmental collaboration, and to make sense of all the information to help them better manage the work. So the first piece is our ability to automatically pull in these email legal requests. There's no behavior change within your employees within the company. So when it comes to change management, this is a very simple solution to implement. When it comes to your departmental collaboration, we provide a suite of functionality that makes sense of the information that's there. You're able to track and manage different key components of that legal work that your team has to work on, and you're able to collaborate with your team on a matter-by-matter basis. So simple things like document control, version control, understanding who's working on what is all at your fingertips on this cloud platform. And finally, our system automatically takes all of that data that's in the system, structures it, and provides analytics for you so that you can better manage what's going on within the department and be able to provide those KPIs and those analytics to executive leadership and show them what's going on from a legal lens. Our vision is to become the system of record for all legal data. So very similar to how every department has that dedicated software, we want to be that dedicated software for your legal department as well. Our team is backed by individuals that are very experienced in legal and in data. This is my second legal tech company. My prior company was a system that automated regulatory compliance for large financial institutions. My co-founder, Eric, has over a decade of experience with the Department of Defense, working on complex data sets. And my colleague, Vadik Patel, head of our operations, has experience leading large-scale implementations. And finally, we're backed by very notable investors, including 500 startups and many angel investors that you see here today. So we'd love to talk to you, learn about your legal department, if there's a way that we can help you there. And for those folks that are here from the corporate venture arms of their team, we'd love to talk to you about a round that we're raising coming up soon. Thank you so much.
You've got 4 more minutes, but thank you for being so quick and timely.
Sure.
Ken,
Shrek,
over to you.
Yeah, my background actually was as a corporate attorney, and both you and Faraz, I wish we had these systems, and it's amazing when I still interact with our, with different law firms, how, as much as the law firms are taking a lot of effort and putting a lot of budget into transforming their operations, how much is still manual, how much is still paper-based and email-based. So you're all taking on these really great challenges that to make the administration of legal services more efficient and more responsive and a better user experience for the clients of these firms. So thank you for joining us today. Last up is Joseph Tiano from Legal Decoder.
Okay, first of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity to present here. My name again is Joe Tiano. I am the founder and CEO of Legal Decoder. Legal Decoder's technology analyzes legal spend data to help legal industry leaders make better, more economically strategic decisions. So I'm a lawyer by trade. I practiced law for about 17 years. Most recently, I was a partner with a law firm called Pillsbury Winthrop Shaw Pittman. And I'm a keen believer in listening to what the market has to say. And when I was practicing, I was hearing clients not complain about the quality of lawyering or lawyers' technical skills or substantive expertise. But what I was hearing a ton of in the marketplace is, man, my legal spend's a big black hole. I'll negotiate a 10% rate discount at the front end, and it's not translating to an overall 10% reduction in outside counsel expense. Or I'll try to put in place a fixed fee arrangement, and I'm constantly confronted with the law firm coming back with scope creep and change orders. So all of the transparency, all of the efficiency, all of the visibility, all the value that the clients were looking for, they really weren't getting from an economic perspective. And then from the law firm partner perspective, I was an M&A partner. A client would come to me and say, hey, do you want to handle my M&A transaction? The response is, yeah, I'm the best in the world at it, right? And then they ask me the next question, which is, well, how much is it going to cost me? And I'd have like this, oh crap, sinking feeling in my stomach. I'd put my finger up in the air and I'd say, well, it's going to cost somewhere between $350,000 and $850,000. And they look at me like, what, are you out of your mind? I mean, can't you price with any greater certainty than that? And the truth of the matter was we couldn't. So when you kind of think about what the problem is in the legal industry, it's really, it's an apt metaphor to say it's one coin, but it's one coin, it's money, right? And it's getting viewed through one side of the coin, one lens that's being calibrated by the clients looking for efficiency and value. And the other side of the coin is being looked at through the law firm side of the lens, looking for pricing predictability, higher realization, and ultimately greater profitability. When you kind of think about what's happening in the industry, is every year the legal industry is basically getting plagued with about $60 billion worth of pricing uncertainty, inefficiency, and waste. Essentially, $60 billion is up for grabs as between clients and their law firms every year. And paradoxically, both clients and law firms want the same thing, right? They both want pricing predictability, economic visibility, operating efficiency, and value. And we basically bring that to the legal industry with our data analytics tools. So over the past decade or so, the legal industry has been generating tons and tons of raw, unstructured data. This data is sitting in the billing systems at law firms, it's sitting in the billing systems at the client side, and it's rich, but it's unstructured. And this data can offer clients and their law firms rich insight into how to buy and sell legal services, how legal service should be staffed, how it should be worked from a legal process management perspective. And it really gives both sides the ability to optimize the value of legal services. But until Legal Decoder came along, there's been no easy, accurate, automated way to harness the power of this data. So today's legal industry leaders now realize that big data should be leveraged to better understand what legal services have cost, but more importantly, what legal services should cost. And so our technology solves both challenges. Remember both sides of the coin that I pointed out. These two challenges are inextricably interwoven, as I'll describe. So the way our system works is we basically ingest legal spend data, all the stuff that's in the invoices that law firms are sending off to their clients. We ingest that data into our database, and then on a line item by line item by line item by line item basis, fundamentally, our software is looking at who is doing what and how long did it take. Okay, we've got two products that I'll describe to you briefly. Fundamentally, remember that coin. One side is looking from the client perspective, efficiency and value. The other side of the coin looking for pricing predictability and visibility. So when it comes to the efficiency and value, we first launch our client side compliance decoder. So again, ingest the legal spend data. It looks at who.
2 more minutes to go, Joe.
Sure. Who does what? How long does it take? It measures that against the set of rule algorithms that we developed. When a rule algorithm is triggered, a flag will go up over a line item or a series of line items. There's 50 different types of flags. They fit into one of three categories: staffing efficiency, right person, right task, right time, right price; workflow efficiency, to make sure that waste and redundancy is eliminated; billing hygiene, to make sure that all of the data is actually clear and concise. The second, and that's addressing the compliance and the efficiency issues. The second piece is the pricing. So if you think about who does what, how long does it take, we analyze what a legal professional is doing. Once we isolate on what a legal professional is doing, are they drafting a Daubert motion? Are they looking at a 10Q? Are they drafting board resolutions or taking a deposition? Once you isolate what a legal professional is doing, it's very easy for us to surface after the what, the who, and the how long, which fundamentally is pricing.
1 minute to go.
We're sitting at the middle of the legal system, legal industry ecosystem. So we basically are taking a very neutral, data-driven approach, helping legal departments and law firms with two pieces of software that are extraordinarily valuable. But the value in our company ultimately is going to reside in the data and how we're able to sort of repackage the data and resell it off to the marketplace. The path to growth that we've pursued has been essentially to launch into the corporate legal departments, extend into law firms. We've been working on bankruptcy in the government sector, and very soon we're going to be launching our product into the malpractice insurance industry. We're 7 people. We're located predominantly in Washington, D.C. We have ARR north of 7 figures. We have grown year over year.
Time's up.
100% every year.
Thumbs up. Thank you.
Joe, thank you so much. Great presentation, and those growth rates sound impressive. And thank you to all of the entrepreneurs that presented today, as well as all the entrepreneurs that applied to present but did not have the opportunity. Again, the information on these 4 companies that were selected will be available, or is available, on GCV Connect, as well as about 25, 30 other companies that continue to keep coming in the legal tech space. So please go take a look at those, and you can connect with those companies through the GCV Connect platform. So thank you very much. And with that, I will hand it over to Kellyanne to introduce the panel and the discussion. And if the startups and entrepreneurs can if you stick around, we really want to welcome you to join the discussion. The goal here is to bring the startups together and have a really engaging conversation with these leaders. So thank you. Kellyanne?
Indeed, thank you, Ken. I've included the contact information as well as the logos of the 4 startups that have just presented here. And this slide deck, which is mine, will be shared with people who've signed up for the webinar. And also with other people interested. You may see the recording later on YouTube.